Alright. Oh, shit, I didn't pull up the list. Hold on, switch that to live chat.
So I'll do arcade and you'll do the story. Okay.
Yeah. It's too loud.
No. You'll do arcade and I'll do the story.
I don't want to hear Big Booby Girl.
Yeah, shouldn't you do the arcade and I'll do the story?
I did Carl's arcade. I did Carl's story. So just do...
Oh, okay.
Should I just do the arcade?
Yeah. You arcade me up, I'll do
the... Okay.
You only have 44 seconds left to select your character. Please choose wisely.
Is this...
There's a lot. There's a lot of characters.
What website were we using?
I don't know, it was the first result. The story mode
This looks different, though.
I can tell you once I see it. I think that's it. It's just formatted differently.
That's interesting.
Oh, wait. Maybe they reworked it, because that does seem different.
Yeah,
they put them on different tabs.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I'd rather them be on the same tab.
Yeah, just go in order.
I guess. Okay. Well, I have 13 seconds. So now that we're doing this, real quick,
bang.
Let me pull up my YouTube so I can make comments about said YouTuber. I gotta go to my history. So I watched a video called Game Grumps, a drama-filled decline by C Noise Away. And his points he could have made really, really well, but he did them in the worst way possible. And the only reason I bring up his YouTube name instead of just saying some fucking person is because he says in the video that he's probably going to get referenced in a Game Grumps episode as some rando. To me, that's like, because you are. Who are you to them? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I watch a video about someone shit-talking me...
Dan's just like, Aaron, somebody made fun of us. Somebody... And Aaron's like, don't worry about him. He's nothing.
So he brought up...
And he starts patting him on the head and feeding him cookies.
Step one of their drama was the fact in Sonic Adventure they were following... which is kind of funny. They were following a guide for Knuckles. Because they were
that's pretty bad. Like
They were following a guide, but the guide didn't list everything. And Dan made
about right.
The Dan made a throwaway comic. It's like, oh, sorry, guy, we're getting mad at your guide, guys. So if you get hate for this guy that you made 10 years ago, we apologize. And he was criticizing them for not openly saying not to harass the guy. But
the guide sucked.
The guy. First of all, the guy was 10 years old.
Yeah.
So what's the likelihood that I make a guide and I still have that account to see shit on my guide?
And then they said it was 10 years old, so granted, like, it gives it some sort of an excuse.
And just because your creators say they don't like you're being a fan of something says you don't like something doesn't mean you are entitled to suck your dick.
Yeah.
You're
allowed to criticize things. It's not like they're openly being like...
He was getting mad about it and all this shit. And I guess he brought up the fact that Egoraptor often gets mad about things he shouldn't. And he's been criticized by Oni and everyone else, but Egoraptor doesn't apologize for it. To that I say, why does he owe you an apology?
Yeah, why you specifically?
Well, it's not even him. He's just like he goes off on a tangent and he says things that probably don't make sense to you. But
it doesn't mean he should apologize. It just means he's a whiny little bitch.
That's the thing is he was.
It doesn't mean he's deliberately hurting specific people that deserve an apology. It's more of just. It's like I'm not upset with you. It's more just like you kind of suck. Like it's like me. Like I don't take things personally. It's just more just like. I don't like how your personality in general.
So they brought up the thing where it was like, oh, they shit on Ross all the time. Some person tweeted like a joke, haha, like, you know, everyone's cool and great except for Ross. And then Aaron.
Two words, guys. Sharky.
Oh, the thing is, it's like they were like, okay, take this little lie bit where even though Aaron replied to the tweet in like a lighthearted, you know, funny manner, he was like, I just don't like people shit talking my friends. And he was like, oh, you know, why the change in attitude? Well, it's because Ross was sitting there.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to say? Fuck that guy?
Also, it's one of those things like, hey, I can shit talk my family all I want, but when other people do, that's where I have a problem.
Well,
it's more just like that's how life goes.
Ross brought it up, and then he was like, "Oh, even Ross called him out on it," and I'm just like, "That's not a call out. That's him throwing a little jab. I throw jabs at you all the time. It doesn't mean I'm calling you out. It's just, it's such minute shit." And then he brought up the N-word shit, And granted, I didn't realize they took down a shit ton of playthroughs. I guess they took down both Link to the Past playthroughs of the original John and Danny. They took out a bunch of like a random Animal Crossing episode and all that for saying the N-word. I mean, I've said it on the channel. Do I think it's wrong? Yes. I am not. I've looked back and said, this isn't good, we shouldn't be saying this, and so we stopped. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to censor myself in the beginning, going through all our streams to censor each time, but then it was just like, why deny the fact that I said it? If people are going to hate me for saying it, I need to acknowledge the fact that I did it and be like, I'm going to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just sucks that people are so hostile that they'll take it out of context, show it to everyone, say that you suck and you should be canceled, and people will only follow along just for the whole public image thing. Even if you like acknowledge it and say it, like it's wrong and you don't do it anymore, people will be like, we want an apology, we also want you to disappear forever. Goodbye. That's just what sucks about it.
It is. But the thing is, the one thing I agreed with him with is the fact that he was saying, oh, I couldn't imagine doing that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he doesn't even reference the video it came from. He referenced that video you showed me.
Yeah.
Like, as the reference, his frame of reference. I'm just like, do your own research. Find the full clips. I get that you're playing it because you're trying to make a point, but you're showing that you're taking it from already a biased position. Show the entire clip of everything he says.
It's like half of, like, education videos on YouTube of games. It's just like, did you know I found this on the cutting room floor?
And I don't mean to shit talk the guy. I'm sure he did his own way things, and I don't blame him for feeling the way he does. I'm just saying that a lot of his points are so subjective to the fact of he's like, oh, they should have said this. It's like, what did they owe you? What do they owe any of these people? They make a show. If you're entertained by it, you're entertained. If you're not entertained, you're not entertained. You know what I mean? And he ends up saying he's not entertained, which, okay. It sucks that you lost the love of something you used to like, but it's like, just because you don't like them doesn't mean you should make an entire video shitting on them. The difference between people getting mad and Aaron yelling at Sonic saying these games are unfinished, because he compares that to him getting upset over a video that was making fun of the Storytime. Do you know what the Storytime YouTubers? Do you know what that is? Where they do rough animations while telling a story.
Yeah.
There was a video that I guess
This doesn't have anything to do with you.
I'm not playing as either of these characters.
Game got hacked.
Wait, Lighty, listen to me. Wait a minute.
She's left?
Is that what
Oh, she has left, I guess.
You were harassing that goddess, delicate woman just now.
It's better than Booby Lady.
Woman?
What was I gonna say?
We were just talking. That's not really any of your business.
Bitch.
This guy's so, like, nonchalant for this giant ass.
Especially for this game, he feels like nothing.
That is way beyond unacceptable. Even if the goddess forgives your rude behavior, I won't.
Okay.
I've just decided.
Why is he speeding up?
From now
Did the wind pick up?
you're
And he's getting cold?
Your fault is obvious. Miss Lighty's frightened expression says it all. Can I just go?
That wasn't part of the game. That was just the voice actor asking.
Just want to be a part of this.
He looked at the script and that was what he said.
Protector of love, peace, and the delicate woman of Kagutsuchi, Bang Shishigami is here. Prepare yourself. I will send you flying across the galaxy. Do you ever listen?
The wheel of fate is
That was Aaron.
There are things I don't agree with, but I was gonna say he brought up in the video that it's like they don't acknowledge the controversy because why would you? He keeps saying their brand and says it really like sarcastically, and it's like, oh, anything to protect his precious brand. It's just like he doesn't need to.
His precious brand flakes.
If you don't like it, you don't watch it, and if he stops getting money for it, then he'll stop getting money for it. But people are clearly still entertained, right?
Yeah.
That's why they keep getting money. I still think they're funny. Also, they keep like roping Dan into it, like he does anything bad.
Yeah, because it's the guilty by association thing. It's like anyone, like, because like the whole Will Smith stuff, it's like films were forced to drop him from their films, not because they think that he like was wrong for slapping Chris, but it's more of because he has such a negative reception that if they were to leave him in the films, it's like they're associated with him. This is just how retards think. And I'm using retards in the way that I say, where it's like just people. People are stupid, and they're like, oh, Will Smith's still in your film, so you also agree with everything that he believes in.
Retard,
So I hate you too, and I'm going to cancel you too.
well, retard has a definition that's not necessarily.
I'm actually going to Google it. Like, I want to know the official.
It's someone that's like held back by something.
Yeah.
It's just like a rough translation.
If I'm going to be using the word, I want to know. if I'm
Yeah,
using
you
it
should
right.
use it not in the derogatory sense. Even though,
right.
because that would be retarded.
Retardation, the action of delaying or slowing the progress of development of something. Oh yeah, because like flame retardant.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, like holding something back.
I'll look up just straight up retard because it's a noun.
Justice here and now.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Oh, they're using it as a verb.
It's a noun though.
It is, but I want to like if it's slang, it probably won't be an official dictionary. Oh, all right, a noun. Alright, so this is 3. It says holding back or slowing down. But that's, I guess, retardation. Then, yes, is offensive, a person affected with intellectual disability. So that's where I don't think people should be using it. But then the third one, it says informal and offensive, a foolish or stupid person.
Yes, that is the form in
That's-
which most people speak, but people don't understand you're not calling them. I don't think you don't look at someone like me who has autism and say, wow, he's retarded because he has autism, right?
Yeah, like...
You say it when I'm acting like a fucking idiot. Like, don't act like a fucking idiot. I guess you
I think
could...
saying that's autistic, like, as an insult is more offensive than saying that's retarded.
Well,
'Cause
yeah.
it's referring to a specific disease, like, not disease, intellectual thing.
Yeah. I can't remember. There was another point I was going to make about the video.
Saying stuff like that's cancer is different, because, like, cancer is bad no matter how you look at it.
Finally found it.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing I agreed with was the N-word thing, where he, instead of saying, how much more weight would it carry instead of him saying, oh yeah, I've said it before, rather than him condemning himself for saying it. Because people are going to look at it, saying you don't, oh, I wouldn't say it, was telling the people who don't know about that, like, oh, okay, that's not cool.
He's not admitting responsibility.
It's not admitting, but it's I can see why he said it, but it's better to condemn yourself saying, I was a fucking idiot. It would mean more to the younger audience watching you like, oh, that's why you shouldn't say it, because this guy did when he was around our age and he regrets it. Rather than saying, oh, I wouldn't do it, so, oh, okay, he's never done it, so we shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because it means more. He should have said it like that, but the fact that he's trying to delete the fact that he said it and all this shit, I don't know, it's like Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I was bringing up that clip to take out all these animations and all this stuff that happened would be like denying the fact that it happened in the first place.
Yeah.
And how much strength is that coming from her, who the insults of, what was it, Looney Tunes, or Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes? It was
Looney Tunes.
It was Looney Tunes. How much strength does it come from her being a black woman who was being portrayed badly in those cartoons? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, her saying that, listen, it happened, I don't want to deny it happened, it has a lot more weight. I mean, granted, you could have the creators say that, but I think we're long past the point where they can't, because I think they're all dead?
Yeah, Looney Tunes is like 90 years old.
Yeah.
A lot of those were from very early on. They're called the Censored 11, I think, or the Forbidden 11.
Richard said, autistic or not, you know you're retarded. Yeah, I agree, Richard.
Retard is kind of like gay, where it has so many meanings. Like, it started as happy. Then the gay community adopted it. Be like, we're happy with the way we are. And then people just turned it into an insult as well.
Well, I thought it became an insult before they became, like, into it.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm just what I've heard people say. It has like 3 different meanings.
He was also shaming them for getting, like, pressured into the Black Lives Matter thing. And to that I say, I used to like Autism Speaks. I used to buy their shirts because I thought that's what they did. And then I did research on them. And I found out they condemn autism. They don't want to help it. They literally made advertisements back in the day literally talking about the fact that it will ruin your life if you have it. And that, why would I have said before, probably on the channel, it's like, oh yeah, it's an Autism Speaks, whatever. Like, condoning it. Why would you condone something you don't know about? I would not. I mean, you've seen the fucking stream of me getting the Black Lives Matter fucking thing. You know I support it. but I knew what it was. And why would you support something you don't know? Just because people told you it. It's not getting pressured into it. It's giving yourself time to see what it is and be like, okay, this is something I want to support. But because people assume it's like, oh, you don't care about Black Lives, so you don't immediately jump on the bandwagon of all these YouTubers and companies being like, BLM, BLM, BLM. But it's like, it's not how it is. You shouldn't condone someone for wanting to know what they're getting into.
Yeah. He's gone. He's still talking.
Yeah. I thought that when she says bang, I swear to God, this is the same girl that tells me in my headphones that my battery is low. It's like, whenever she says bang, it sounds like the beginning of battery low on my headphones.
I hate mine. So, like, it's like there's two different women talking in mine. So whenever I put one in, like, all I have to do is just take it out of the thing. I know I'm talking like, it's like, all I have to do is take it out of the little thing and put it in my ear. So it'll go, I think something on. It's always so quick that I don't hear it sometimes. Then it'll go, pairing. It's like a nice, soft, nice voice. It's like pairing, or like something on pairing, and then give it like 5 seconds when it finally connects, and it goes connected. And it's like a different quality. It's like lower quality too, and it's like a really annoyed secretary who like just hates her job. So it's to go from like ASMR like pairing to connect. It's like in the most like condescending tone. It's like, I'm ready to throw these earbuds out. It's also because now they're like getting worse in quality a little bit. Whenever like, I guess it peaks or like it just gets to a certain volume, like the bass or something, it pops the speakers a little bit, and it's in both, so it's not like one is on the fritz.
I have no headphones anymore.
Really?
My other ones got lost right before the vacation. I thought I packed them, then I couldn't find them. And the big ones that I brought, I don't know how it happened, but they got snapped in half. I have no fucking... Maybe one of the kids did it, but like, I handed it to Mackenzie and it was dangling. I was like, and the whole thing was like snapped apart, so I had to throw them out. And so I have no headphones anymore.
I'll give you one of mine, but they're wired. I still have Apple earbuds I haven't even opened.
Oh, before I read your comment, Richard, the last thing I kept trying to think of, I finally thought of it. He was saying, Aaron ranting about a video made for the Storytime animators, about how it does more harm than good to like criticize them and do all this shit, right? He was saying, well, it's the same as like a Sonic 06 playthrough where you're talking about how unfinished the game is. You know, that's really hurtful to the people who worked on it. To that I say, that's one complaint in the heat of the moment next to a scripted video made to tear apart something.
Yeah. Also, if they saw what Aaron was saying about Sonic 06, the developers would be like,
it's really all Sonic games, and nobody disagrees. I'm sure the developers don't disagree, but
they understand. They don't take offense to it because they know it wasn't their fault. It was just Sega and Yuji Naka's fault.
It's not like he's going out of his way and saying like, you know,
Mr. I don't want to be like racist, but like Yasuhara Hidawara or something like that. You the programmer, die. It's not like that. It's Yuji Naka. You left the project halfway through when it was supposed to be like Sega's biggest Sonic project. And of course it's going to be bad and it's your fault.
And then when it did happen, when they made fun of Sonic Boom and one of the developers was like upset about it and sent him an email, they apologized.
Yeah, that's normal.
But they did. But again, they never brought up the names of developers. They never brought up anything like that. They just said the game's unfinished and
I still love Sonic Boom. Where it's like quality assurance.
That whole situation wasn't even their fault. Granted, the game still wouldn't be good if it released on the consoles it was made for.
Yeah. Sonic's just it's foretold. Failure is just like double F, foretold failure.
The whole fucking video just feels like a stretch in logic to try to make them look bad just because he doesn't like them anymore.
The guy had one big gambit for hating Game Grumps. It didn't work, so then he started resorting to all the lesser complaints to try to add them all up to be something.
And I don't want to shit on the guy since I brought him by name. It's just...
That guy's been in an anime before. It's called Death Note, and it's the last scene of Light when he's screaming his ass off before he dies. That's him.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's basically what that guy is. That whole video is just Light when he gets found out and he just can't keep it together anymore.
I would say you would have to watch it before you say anything, because I don't want to seem like I'm just trying to get you to hate the guy or whatever, because you don't like Game Grumps at all. So,
but I'll still defend them in this regard.
But the one thing I agreed with was the N-word thing. You should condone it more than you do, and you shouldn't deny the fact that you said it, because it means more to say that you are fuck up more than anything else. And erasing it is Whoopi Goldberg. So, but everything else, it's like, it just seems like such a stretch to try to make up reasons to not like it, because this fan drama or this fan drama, it's like, who... One of the fans said they didn't even care about the thing, the guy that made the guide, and he's like, oh, they never apologized, because why should they? They didn't do anything wrong. They said, oh, hate for a 10-year-old review, fucking what? Like, they didn't... No one would ever think it was going to go over that way, and they shouldn't be held accountable just because some assholes decided to be like, oh, fuck this guy. It's the only just one of the reasons I never want to be fucking famous is because I don't want to be held accountable for what some dumb fuck does because I get mad at fucking Okami.
Yeah. Someone made a deep fake of you, like, going to Clover Studio with, like, a gun and trying to shoot somebody, like, because you didn't like Okami.
Was it you that sent me that deep fake video of me? Where you were, or was it Max that sent me a video? It was like just a random thing. It was, and the guy just happened to look like me. He was like, "What is this deep fake?" I think it was Max, if it wasn't you. But it was one of you two. You sent me like a video, and he was like, "Is this you?"
Oh, and there was the banjo trail, like the banjo reveal that was like broadcast at the Nintendo World Store, and it was the guy from the back when he stood up and he's like has his fist up and he has like the leather jacket like that you have and the pajama pants like the plaid red and black. Just from the back, it's like that guy kind of looked like you, except he had a hat on. You don't wear hats.
I have started wearing shorts though. Never thought you'd see me in a pair of dungarees, did you? Short little, cute little dungarees.
You and Twan have something in common.
Richard said, how you guys been? Enjoy your holiday? What holiday? Isn't that holiday today?
Richard, we're supposed to be enjoying the holiday where our people were freed from your people because you enslaved us.
Yeah, you enslaved us and then decided...
Yeah, well, let us enjoy it in peace as we play the greatest game of all time.
Yeah.
See, that's what we did to you, what Hakumen just did to Bang.
It's like us shitting on this game, right? It's like, there's so many problems with this game that we don't like, and a lot of arbitrary shit, right? Would we ever look at the final... The worst I've ever said is, like... I can't remember what game it was, but we got to the end of the game and it started rolling the credits. I was like, why is it making my own hit list? Like,
yeah.
But like, I would never put someone's name in my mouth like that and just be like,
his
you
eyes to his shoulders.
Oh, that's how he sees. It's just also, this is the first game in a series.
Yeah.
It's gonna have problems. Whereas Sonic isn't.
This is like the 80th game in the series, Sega. What, didn't you have a statement saying we're bad and we're going to do better?
And I never blame any developers. I blame the process.
Yeah.
I blame the fact that they probably don't have enough time to do what they're doing, or they don't have the right employees to make the right calls.
Or there's something in the water. Definitely they have some bad Sega water, because like, you also think about the creator's been gone for half of Sonic's life. Just the overall staff has changed so much. I mean, Takashi Iizuka has been there since the beginning. So he's like, it could be him. But, yeah, it's just a mess. Like, I'm at least of the maturity where I'm just like, whatever. I'm happy, I'm healthy, so who cares what Sonic does?
I think Sonic being broken is part of his charm at this point.
Yeah, he's like the drunk uncle.
Except Origins, because Origins just seems like not a fun broken. It's like,
yeah, Sonic. Everything to do with Sonic has some sort of glaring problem. They're never the same problem. Well, sometimes they are, but like, it's like you get your broken Sonic games, you get your bad story in Sonic games, you get your development hell, whether it's a game or a show or any kind of product in Sonic. There's always some sort of development hell.
I will
for
say,
different reasons. It could be other companies, it could be Sega's fault, it could be, some sort of real world event that kind of sabotaged everything. But some way, everything to do with Sonic has some sort of problem. Like the movie with the redesigns and stuff. or it's how the movies turned out. Like that wasn't Sega's fault. I think Sonic's just a cursed product. Everything to do with them, just something falls apart. And I've gotten to that maturity level where I'm not gonna be screaming about it and making YouTube videos. I'm gonna be sitting and laughing at it.
Yeah. See, that's why my journey with Plimes thing, which might never continue at this rate, is all about just the things I like and not what I don't like. And even if I have an issue with something, like the Dry Canyon rant, where I was saying that it doesn't matter what route you take, you have to backtrack. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's such little things that it's not really worth it. It's more so I just want to talk about the things I like more than I don't like. Which
I would love Spyro if it weren't for that confounded Dry Canyon.
I would love Spyro if, I hope this isn't a real name, if only Tony programmed the game better. I can't remember, who was the Insomniac guys at the time? Andy Hartage and Adam Savage. Yeah. Oh, that was my other Mandela. You know the girl from the fucking Mythbusters never died?
Really?
Yeah, she's still alive. She made a thing like a year ago, and I looked at it and I looked her up. She never died.
Someone died though.
It was a girl that was completely separate. She was in Mythbusters as like only sometimes through like testing before those three were even a part of the show. She died in a I believe a plane accident, but it wasn't the girl. So far, the only one who's died is the I can't.
Hi guy, Connor here. So the accident wasn't like anything special. It was just a plane accident.
Fuck off.
Involved in a ice cream.
Fuck. What was it?
Guys, why are you playing as All Might?
Got him.
Guy, why are you playing as All Might? Look at the colors.
Richard said,
seen the show. Shut up before you even talk about what you're talking about.
Richard said, holiday equals vacation. You'd have known that if you stayed slave to the British Empire. I still love U.S. history.
Yeah.
Wow. These British people are treating us like we're not human. Anyway, what are these brown people?
And then we committed Organization 13. We're like, it never happened. Oh,
it never happened. But like Game Grumps saying the N-word, it never happened.
It's all deep fake in 2012.
We never kicked out the Native Americans.
We never kicked out John Tron.
Sharky went
John
to...
Tron just wants his burger.
Sharky went to... Because Sharky is Native American, as you know. That's why you could tell with his like thick hair and all that shit.
I have thick hair. What are you trying to say?
Have you seen his compared to yours?
I don't know. Let's have a combing contest.
Okay. Anyway, Sharky and Art are Native American, right? My stepfather and our brother who were on this.
Yeah, Art's got freaking luscious locks.
I know. Have you seen it? No.
What a mane for a nice man.
They drove like 4 hours to go to this Native American thing that got canceled because of the rain, and me and Lily had the same response of, "You're Native American. You let the rain stop." I don't understand.
Just dance it away.
But Sharky said it was still a good time just seeing everything put up for the event.
Yeah. Speaking of, they're already starting on the town green.
Good.
I'm not gonna say already.
Too bad I
because
can't go.
I know. I'm not gonna say already because working in an event planning place for a month, I know how long it takes to plan shit. So they've already put those like fences up, like the mini fences, and they got some trailers.
Oh, anyway, Richard, vacation was good. Sorry. There isn't much to talk about. We went to a beach. Mackenzie won 1,100 tickets in an arcade.
To get a mug. One coffee mug.
Well, we got a bunch of things for the kids. That's my whole thing. I think I've made a tradition in arcades where it's like, I'll win a bunch of points, I'll get one thing I want, and then I'll give the rest to some little kid. Because what am I going to do with all that stuff? It would mean a lot more to a kid that's just like, oh, look at all these things, than me that's like, oh, I don't even have room in the house for it.
Yeah. There was one time I went with Damon to an arcade in Rhode Island. Like, I got, I call them Chaos Emeralds. There's these little, like, fake gems.
Those things you have, right?
Yeah.
In your house.
Like, they look like Chaos Emeralds. Because, well, the first time we went, I got one. And then, like, a year or two later, whatever it was, that's when I got the other two. We went to the same arcade, and I got enough to win 2 more. Because I have a real Chaos Emerald toy. It was part of like a set, but like it actually fell apart, so I glued it back together, and it was just plastic. Like that is an official Sonic Chaos Emerald toy. But the other 3 like that are actual gems. I know they're fake, but they just look like Chaos Emeralds. They're a little fat for the Chaos.
Yeah, I've seen all those in your house.
Kind of regret throwing out some of my figures and posters. Now that I have the room to display all that stuff.
I don't.
Certain ones, yeah. But I had a lot of figures and stuff I got rid of.
Why
more
is
like
she
Pokemon
so much
things.
easier than Hakumen?
Yeah. I always noticed that, like, the penultimate bosses are usually harder.
Except Pyron. Pyron's a piece of shit.
I don't know, Weitzel is kind of a pain, because he has that laser that freezes you.
I was looking everywhere for you.
Did you know that's based
It doesn't
on...
matter, because in the collection I whoop their asses in 2 seconds.
We just received word that a man who looks like the wanted criminal Ragnar the Blood Edge has just showed up in town.
The rumor is that he's
Yes, I enjoyed myself in Jersey.
by himself. If that's true,
It's just, we came back a day early because I was just like, I was running out of money. And I was just like, you know, I've done all the things I want to do, so I can either stay here till Saturday and just have a beach day all day, or I can just go home a day early. And I was like, I've been to the beach every day. I don't want to have another beach day.
It's also thundering and downpouring on Saturday,
And it was worse in Jersey.
if he's as vicious as they say,
especially by the coast.
My favorite part was literally just taking all the walks, because we got the rental car and we didn't use it again until we left. We walked everywhere.
my goddess.
We went to Six Flags in Jersey. We went on 4 rides, and then we had a thunderstorm, and they closed the park.
Don't need to worry about a thing.
We went, but some of the rides were cool. I actually went on a few of them. The one was just the pirate ship as like an opener, like an easy starting ride. We went on a water ride, a roller coaster I didn't go on because it was really fucking high. And then I went on a pitch black. It was a pitch black roller coaster. Pitch black, I say in quotation marks. It's in the dark. You can't see where the track is or anything. It wasn't that big, but the fact that it was so dark was kind of what made it. They have a Superman down there, but it's different. You sit on it with your arms out. I mean, you don't really sit. It like suspends you in the air like you're flying. And I looked at it and was like, nah. What is this fucking song that sounds like Dragon Ball fucking...
Better be the thumbnail again.
Game over. Is that the thumbnail for a lot of them?
At least one.
By the way, Connor's fucking umbrella is disgusting.
Is it umbrella?
The rust on the side of the umbrella, like, shit rubbed off on, like, the part that's, like, opens up. So there's, like, rust, like...
Yeah, I've
like,
seen that.
yeah.
I think mine might have that. I just never use it. Now when it rains, like, before work and stuff, like, I'm like, fuck it. It's just a quick walk. I'm really hot at work all the time, so I'll just cool off in the rain. Time for hell.
Snapchat sent you a message. Isn't
Belief.
that great?
Belief that I can finish this.
Be sleeved. Wow, that was a really easy one, huh?
It meant so much.
Yeah. Bang Shishigami.
You have to tie all your matches.
So just win every fight. And the second one is choose a different option and win every fight.
But I also have to lose every fight.
Extermination order has been declared.
Not gonna happen.
So you really don't need to make a save point until...
Mommy,
I mean...
we're gonna be okay. Yes.
Nope.
We're gonna be fine.
Bang's here. He's making it worse!
That's correct. There's nothing.
You know what's funny? They announced a death battle, like a surprise one after Boba Fett vs. Predator of a guy from Warframe versus Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, and I told Sharky about it, and it's just nice to see him get into it, because now he's just like, that's an even match. He's like, hold on, and then I woke up this morning to all this stuff going over feats, and then me texting him back feats I found. And now I'm waiting for him to continue this conversation when he wakes up. I'm just like, yes, somebody gets it.
There they are. Surviving soldiers.
Wipe them out!
Boss, let us take care of things.
No, this is my duty.
No, you have to escape.
You know what I want to give an honest-to-God shot, and you're going to get mad at me for saying it. I want to give Mario and Rabbids a shot.
Did you hear Grant and Yoko Shimomura and the guy who composed Ori are all working on this new game together?
Yes, that's part of the reason that...
I'm going to listen to the soundtrack
Yeah.
and hopefully fall asleep for a third of it, get angry for a third of it, and I don't know because I've never played Ori for a third of it.
Yoko, did you see that? Did you watch that? Oh, this is another thing I want to talk to you about, other than the video and the vacation and all that. Did you watch that Nintendo Direct?
Yeah.
For a third-party Direct, that was really good. Even the message from Yoko, or was that? No, it was the state of play. Treehouse. Did you watch the Treehouse of Blazblue? They had Yoko do a whole message about the music, and her saying that people have been, requesting her do these songs whenever they're in concert. Like, people really love the soundtrack, so she was saying she legitimately put her all into trying to make this as good as she can. And from the remixes I heard, they're really good.
I don't want to spoil it yet.
I only
just watched the trailers, like the quick ones.
I only know what was in the Treehouse. It was a 40-minute Treehouse. They went through some of the Western, and they went through some of the present day, which is stupid that it's called present day, but the present day area with the, you know what I'm talking about, with the robots, it's called present day in the remake.
Oh, is it because in the 90s it was the near future and now we are in the near future?
Hold on.
Because present day is Masaru, the wrestling.
Maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe it's near future.
Yeah, they call it near future, and then the sci-fi is like
far
distant
future. Distant future, yeah. So they went through both of those, and all the remixes that I heard were pretty good. Like, all of them. And I especially love whatever engine they're using for the graphics.
Oh yeah, that's HD 2D.
Yeah, so they showed the saloon at day and night, and it was like, damn, I don't know if they did that in the original where they switched the times of days, but it's like,
I think so.
But it's like when they showed nighttime, you could see like the candles lighting up the counters and everything. It looks fucking gorgeous.
It's got like the HD 2D has like a dramatic lighting. It makes you think it's on PS5.
It's part of the reason now I kind of want to play like Octopath and Triangle Strategy. It is the same developer, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We'll protect these civilians.
This is going on too long, and it's supposed to be like an action-y war thing, and I'm reading it.
I'm the Ikaruga ninja who fights in the name of love and justice. Bang!
I don't really care about you.
Take them out!
I'm getting, like, the more we talk about Live a Live and these other games, like, the less interested I'm getting in this.
There was other stuff.
Like,
I'm gonna look up that direct real quick.
Like, there's that, and then there's this.
I don't even need the list. This is how easy this playthrough is gonna be. There's two options. There's two options you have to make. In your first playthrough, you won't even make the second option. It just won't happen. And it's so the first playthrough is you hit the second option, and then you go through the rest. The second playthrough is you hit the first option, and then you hit the first option again on the second time it asks you, and then that's it. And the other one is the first option, and then the second option, and that's it. Brogal's live? Sorry.
Boss Bang! Your timing couldn't have been more perfect!
I think that was Spike Spencer.
It sounded like him.
Normal voice, maybe a little deeper Spike.
I'll go rescue the Lord.
Oh, Monster Hunter, who fucking cares? There's too much Monster.
I was surprised about Pac-Man World getting a remake.
Is it a remake? It doesn't look like the same game. It's called Repack, but it doesn't look like the same as the first pack. I was very happy.
Yeah, you get to play with worse graphics.
Did you notice that Nintendo started doing this?
What?
They started,
doing the timestamp?
Yeah. I'm very happy.
I forgot to do it with the new best stuff, whatever. I'll do it later.
I
always do it when we do multiple games and a best stuff. I try to timestamp them.
I'm glad it's the game of the Yorha edition, too.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's just nice that, like, Nintendo players can play it, but You already gave me the.
Oh, it's the end of the
better-
Yorha. It's a new edition.
It just all they said was it has new costumes.
That's probably it's probably costumes from the remake of Replicant.
Finally, text game.
L'Oreal and the Laser Eyes, who fucking new Bomberman R, which I'm just
Yeah,
happy.
sequel.
I might play it. I need to get into Bomberman. Never played a
I
single.
want to get on PS4 because Ratchet's in it.
I'm just happy it's still happening. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that even though Hudson went out of business, Konami took it in, and Konami actually makes games.
Yeah, I think it very easily could have ended up like
Metal Gear.
Pachinko. What is that fucking company?
It's a pachinko machine.
What's the company? Is it Konami that does that?
Yeah. Oh, that's I'm excited
This
for that.
I'm excited about.
I still want to play X first and play like Zero, ZX, and then
Well,
make our.
this is a completely different game, and each game is super long.
How did they get TTA in there?
Huh? How? The Mega Man Battle Network collection is going to be a shit ton of time because each
Yeah,
game is
those are
RPG
RPGs.
length.
Yeah.
So it's like
You're
10
getting your bang for your- you're getting
RPGs
your-
in one.
Bang for your buck.
This doesn't look like a remake to me. It could be, but
Pac-Man World 1, I think, is pretty different. It's more linear.
well, yes, I've played Pac-Man World 1.
At face value, I'd be like, yeah, it's just a one-to-one
It's
remake.
on the PS1, but I don't remember any car segments or shooting segments or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I think it's a little too creative to be a new thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
It looks really good. It's called Repack too. I don't. This looked interesting to me as like a co-op game. Fucking, I don't know the name of it though. Wait, it tells me in the thing. Blanc. Blanc. I have also always loved that monochrome color palette, which is why like Mad World always like appealed to me and shit. This is what got my cream dripping down my legs. You know how much I love this series. How much my only Monkey Island. My only gripe is that the art style looks stupid. I think. And just things.
Speaking of stupid art styles, you see that Did You Know Gaming video where it was just trying to defend why Wind Waker sucks? Like, it's just making excuses for why the game turned out bad.
Which one?
It's the Wind Waker one. All it is just all the problems of the game and how it went through development hell for no payoff. And I'm like,
I think that's so unfair, though.
It is, but like, it's true.
The game doesn't suck. It's not.
It's not. I know, but like for Zelda standards,
correct. So I think comparing it on its own, if you took the game on its own, it's a pretty decent game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it gets a little boring, I think exploring the islands once you eventually get to them, exploring the islands is fun. Even if the story makes no fucking sense about the gods coming back once for one thing and then fucking.
Hang on, I gotta piss. My planet needs me.
But it's like, I would argue that Twilight's still worse. Even though, but I need to replay all these. But I remember playing Wind Waker and being like, I really like this, and playing Twilight and being like...
See, that was the other way around. Like, so when I played Wind Waker, I was like, I liked it, but I was like, it's probably one of my least favorite Zeldas. And then I played Twilight, and I was like,
oh yeah, this is why I thought of it.
like, I still love Breath of the Wild more, but I'm like, with Twilight, it was like one of those games where there's so much I knew about it, but more I didn't know, and I was so impressed when I got to those I didn't know moments. Like, I feel like the general audience was like, where's my freaking hunk Link? And like, Twilight was deliberately made to not be Wind Waker, and that's why, like, it,
They spent way too much time on this in the
I
direct.
skipped it. I was just like, nope.
It's just, when you're going through step-by-step how to play the game in a direct, it's not a very good advertisement.
It's been a few years since we moved to Kakutsu.
You know, Nintendo's just really busy taking down remixes that they don't have time to really think about these tree houses.
This game looked interesting, but I think I'm
It
not
looks
going
a
to buy
little
it.
budgety. I also don't care about dungeon crawlers, where you don't crawl, you run and you jump and you do all these other things, but since when do you crawl in a giant-ass dungeon? You're not going to get anywhere if you're crawling.
Sonic Frontiers, this will never
It
run on a
runs
Switch.
like mediocrity. You can
Yeah,
see
we
shit
both are
popping
just-
in and out.
We were both just like, I have a little bit of hope for the game now that people who actually got to playtest it at like Summer Game Fest and all that are saying it's not bad.
Is that right?
They're saying there's a lot of work to be done, but like it's not as bad as people say.
Oh, it's handed to the vision impaired team.
But these same people are also saying that IGN didn't do a very good cover of the game. Like, look at all the different environments and shit in here compared to what IGN decided to show. It's the same
IGN, it stands
demo.
for I'm gonna not. I'm gonna not.
This was stupid. I cannot believe they wasted time in the direct for
Yeah,
this.
that's probably the worst thing.
The fucking Disney magic.
I'm not sorry, that's bad.
Dreamlight Valley. I mean, I guess for kids, but like even kids could see through this corporatosity.
Kids in my day grew up with Mario.
Yeah, that.
And now that sadly they grow up with Mario.
I really love the HD 2D.
Yeah,
it looks.
I love how faithful it is to the original too. Well, no, it's all.
My
it's a little
biggest
weird,
gripe
though.
is the voice acting is actually bad. Doraemon still apparently is the thing,
It's like Japan's biggest IP, like one of them.
and then
Dragon Quest still looks so bad. I hate the art style of it.
well,
It's not,
that's Dragon Quest Builder. That's not.
It's just in general, Dragon Quest has such a shitty art style.
Did you see
it
the
used to be okay, but
Did you see the She Says reference in that game?
oh, with Shez.
Yeah, Shez. He says it's time to break some boundaries. Come on. If they didn't know, No Man's Sky is getting whatever. Plague Tale, Captain Velvet, Portal.
Did you see that She Says in the end of that video? He's like, okay, in the next video, by the end of this month, it will be the debut appearance of my new co-host. I mean, he's really pushing the time. Like, he hasn't, gotten back to me. If he really wants this video done by the end of the month, he better hit me up soon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm about to take that down and just be like, out of spite. Like, I never even listed it, but I'll be like, you know what? Fuck you. You gave me a like, a little pity like, but...
Well, the thing is, it sounds like he hasn't even chosen yet from his wording. He says, just remember, whoever I choose.
I think he's just being ambiguous. By then, I'm sure the video's, like, done.
That was my new technique.
What was this game at the end? I can't remember. This one looked a little cool.
I did watch, like, a lot of people's, like, submissions, and, like, no offense, but they weren't great. Like, when he said his biggest goal is to get people that sound like him, and, like, they have the similar diction to him. He wants there to be... He doesn't want there to be a jarring difference between him and the co-host. He wants it to be, like... I guess on brand is the way, like, just... He doesn't want some separation in quality. He just wants someone to be him. And no one that I watched was really doing that. So I have a feeling that they did my approach and just made them all unlisted because they don't want to just, like, put it out there. So I'm sure, like, someone did way better than mine. And
I'm
got
sorry,
picked.
She Says. That's a bad idea. If you're trying to get people to act like you, it's going to feel even more artificial.
It's hard to say.
You know what I mean? It's going to seem like the reason people like She Says is because he's quirky and he gets excited over little things and all this shit.
Of course.
It's his personality that people like. By getting someone that is trying to imitate his personality, it's going to feel so artificial, and it's probably going to drive more people away than get viewers.
That was I haven't done a match yet. That was an eternity. I was getting distracted, but, like, I'm glad. That was the most important save I could have ever made. And back to more talking.
I see. That can't be ignored.
You should put the saves right before your first match. Don't just have more... That doesn't look right. That's like artist's first perspective drawing, and, like, it's silly. I'm gonna frame it on the fridge. Not frame it, just, magnet it on the fridge with, like, a greetings from Del Boca Vista, like, taking up half of it.
Del Boca Vista.
I said it right first time. Come on, Jerry. I'll be like Mexican. What, got nothing to say? Man, you're real quiet these days.
I know I can't shut my mouth, but...
Yeah.
I'll continue my research.
Whole lot of shit falling out of my mouth and nothing is actually being said. And excuse me while I repeat myself.
Too dangerous.
I'll be fine. Quit worrying about me.
I love how I'm like, oh, that was
Sorry,
a really
I
good
spilled my
direct.
salt on the floor and Chris has to pick it up.
I love how it's like, that's a really good direct. You know, all these games coming to Switch. Will you buy them on Switch? No, fuck no. I own a PS5. Like, it's like the Sam Jackson thing when they're trying to get him to say the reporter to say the N-word. He's like, I'll say it with you. He's like, will you say? He's like, no, fuck no. I would have just said it. This guy is literally saying, I will not answer your question unless you say it. What's he going to do after that? He asked you. He's not going to punch you or anything. It's just say the word. Nothing. Nada. What word are you referring to?
I know that you're trying to convince Miss Lychee to join a cult or something.
Also, on a side thing, I was looking into, because I really like Steve Harvey, right? Like just his personality and everything. He really brings life to the show. Like a guy. A guy they'll be like, what is the best thing to massage on a woman, or what does a woman want you to massage on her the most? And one of the guys was like, her vagina, and he starts laughing. And he just goes, high fives the guy. He's like, it's not up there. But okay, it's just like he's a funny guy. So I was like, you know what? I want to see the other hosts on Family Feud. And the first thing
I make this easier for him.
The first thing I found was, I guess the second host of Family Feud killed himself. They found him hanging in a hospital with his bed sheets. And I was just like, okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to find those episodes. I didn't realize how old this show was.
Yeah, a lot of those are old. They've just been, updated with the decades. Game shows, I think, were big since the dawn of TV.
Yeah, 1976 is when the show started. Which, granted,
later than I thought, actually.
It doesn't seem that old when you're thinking about it, but I don't remember the first two hosts at all. I only remember the third host and onward when it came.
Then you think about how it's like one episode a day or a week or something like that every week for the past 45 years.
Not necessarily. They had times where the show had to change networks and got canceled a couple times.
Yeah.
What was that?
But it's just interesting to see that I never knew about the first two hosts. I only knew about the four. There's from I think 1999 to current was 4 different hosts.
I lost a single match and I have 24% because all of it was just that freaking 10 cutscenes that took forever.
That's what it seems like. This is quite a serious matter.
R1 to skip.
The fact that you have to lose every match is fucking ridiculous.
This is like if Earthbound kept a tally and it's like you can't get the real ending until you get every possible text box. Yeah, good luck with that. The fact that the sailor will comment on the fact that Ness hasn't called home if he hasn't gotten homesick yet. You'll never not get homesick by that late in the game.
What was that? What's going on with the whole Did You Know Gaming shit, by the way?
What?
They made a Metroid video a little while ago, and it got fucking delisted, and then they put up another video a week later called Metroid Prime Devs Share Secrets.
I don't know.
They delisted a video that was the problems of the consistent problems of Metroid Prime, and that video got taken down, and then they uploaded another Metroid Prime video.
I don't know. I must have not watched it because I don't like to watch certain videos in games. If it's
gonna spoil you, yeah.
Yeah, it's if I want to play it, or if I don't want to play it, why would I care to watch it?
There used to be 2 videos here, and now it's gone.
Interesting.
I suppose I was a little too harsh.
I'm wondering if they got a deal after the video came out, and so, but the deal was, oh, we'll give you insight, but you have to delete it.
Which is exactly why
I don't think that's what happened. Maybe some of their research was wrong, and they didn't want to put up wrong research, but
I'm worried about it.
I noticed it, and I was like, I wanted to show Connor it. That's the only reason I thought about it. I was like, yo, did you see this? I went to look for it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. That, or I dreamed it.
And a good judge of character, too, I might add. I'm not a man so cold-hearted as to turn down.
Did you beat him already?
Miss Lychee will be safe with me, I promise. Nothing to worry about. I must apologize for acting so rashly. But consider that a good lesson to you. Oh, and I won't ask you to pay for it.
Oh, there's a new Blood War arc trailer.
I'll see you around.
It's not much, but the one thing that I found out is everyone is coming back. The music, the artist, and everyone is coming back, except Noriyuki Abe, which is the director, the one that pushed for it to be more of a horror-y kind of show, and have all that kind of demonic music in it and all that shit. He was the one that pushed for it, but he's working on Boruto, so he couldn't come back. He's the only one that got replaced. The fact that you said no to Bleach for Boruto. But I'm hoping that this new guy sees that that's a lot of the reason people like the original Bleach is because they had
the Boruto creators were just just a single dollar.
Yeah, I have $500 in my wallet, and you just pull out a single one.
That's literally all I have.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to transfer money.
No. He acknowledged me as a true man, but direction should be correct. Miss Lychee and I are connected with a powerful bond of fate. I know that our paths will cross again, even if I can't see her now. This must be a challenge to test our love. Miss Lychee! I'll be right there!
I wish we did this guy earlier.
Stop screaming in
Yeah, he is really annoying.
Wait, the main character?
How dare you call me an old man? Identify yourself! Huh? That white hair, that stupid-ass face. You must be the supervillain.
Better.
The Blood Edge. What did you say? I'm the vigilante who will bring justice. And mark my words, you will not escape the iron grip of the law.
I still agree with Josh Shepson, by the way, about that tweet from a while ago. Regardless of all these games coming out, I can't complain about the games that I want aren't coming out. It's like, oh, I want a new Jack. I can't complain because look at all those I still haven't played.
I'm just like, I get overwhelmed. I'm like, stop announcing shit. We don't need a PS5. We didn't need a PS4. Like, I get overwhelmed when the new generation. Like, I'm sure parents do too. That's how my mom was. Like, you already have this. Why do you need this? Why can't you just play it on that?
I don't get overwhelmed because
Why do I have to buy this for?
Again, remember my rule with the PS5? I was like, oh, it's announced. What is the one thing I wanted before I got it?
Vagina.
Huh?
Vagina.
I could get the vagina's what got me it actually, but like, no, I wanted Ratchet. I said this is the one game that's gonna get me PS5. I don't care about these other games coming out right now. If I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be with the new Ratchet game, right? And I did. I waited until Ratchet was announced, and then I was like, all right, it's time now. But I haven't.
I killed him. Whoops.
Save and then just reload and lose because you know we're gonna forget.
Yeah.
The residents of Kakutsuchi can now sleep in peace.
If I can remember in 10 minutes.
Closer to the reconstruction of Ikaruga. I feel like I could just fly to my dear Miss Lychee. I am the wind, a love storm, passion with legs to my beloved.
That's what Chun-Li's called.
Finally gone. Seriously, it's exhausting to talk to an idiot like that. Jeez, it's never easy pretending to.
It was like
He's like the least offensive because he doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah, we're doing him
anything.
last. That's what I call Chun-Li.
That's what Mackenzie said the 15th, 100th time we've had sex. Climax already?
Oh, that must be my beautiful Miss Lychee.
I don't give a shit about that fucking stupid goddamn oil monster.
Sorry, that was my impression of him.
Yeah, Spike Spencer.
Yeah.
That's my impression of Spike Spencer.
That was when they're like, we're doing a rebuild, you're back.
You're back. Hey guys, I'm Shinji Ikari. That was more emotional than the entire last rebuilt movie. Just him being like, I'm back as Shinji Ikari. That's like the best.
You're still here? You haven't dropped the show either?
I'm only there for the paychecks, fam. Stop fighting. What are you doing? Put it down. Like the last stream when it was like, all right.
Well, one line you said, like, one thing you said, like, one of the last times we hung out was, like, making me laugh all week. Where it was one of those, like, we were complaining about something. It was like, it was like, is that blood? Mom! I was like, what's that? What's red? Why's my hand red? You're like, that's blood. Mom! It wasn't on stream.
We were doing the stupid complain about nothing voice.
Yeah, it was like,
excuse me.
Now it's on stream.
Yeah, there we go. I don't even remember it if I'm being honest. It's why I tell you something, like, when I do things like Jersey, it feels like a fucking dream. Like,
Is that what they call it now? The thing you did, they called it the Jersey.
I'm gonna ignore that and just continue with my point. It's like, we went to Jersey. We came back 3 days ago? We came Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 3 days ago. It does not feel like we ever went. Because it went.
Time froze here.
Well, it's like it just happened, and now all I have is like the memory of me walking down the street, being like crying at my empty wallet. It's like the rental car actually didn't end up being that much because we returned it a day early. It was only $450 for the 7 days. Bang!
Part 2.
That
must be my beautiful booby lady. Fuck.
Wait a minute.
I'm trying to not to get into the mindset of killing jokes, because right now I think we might. It's weeks between when me and Sharky do Hyrule Warriors, right? So sometimes when we remake the jokes, it's because we haven't experienced them in weeks. But when you edit it, you're gonna see a lot of Ganon be like, "I wonder what's in this."
I think it's funny sometimes. Like we just say it again.
It's been happening for a while, and then he'll be like, "Please."
I think when it's done on purpose, it's worse. At least we got rid of the joke killer.
Yeah. Well, no, Sharky's still here.
Oh,
I said
he was the one that the joke killer affected.
I said that new best of was good because Sharky laughed the entire way through. Usually with longer ones, he tends to like disassociate at the end.
I wonder if I put all his freaking comment shit in the best of, would he even not laugh this hard?
Did he put comment shit?
Remember how he was commenting with both his accounts, having a conversation with himself? I didn't put any of it in. I was like, You and Connor were cracking up in it, but you're just reading through it, like, because when it happened, I was like, oh, should I like screen cap? I'm trying to figure out a convenient way to screen cap like all of the comments because there were a lot of them, and like you're like, don't worry about it. I'm reading it out the whole time, but like in the stream, you're like kind of slurring through the whole thing, like.
Well, it's because it wasn't even from two different people. It was just from.
Yeah, but he was acting as two different people.
Yeah.
So it was like hard to follow and. Sharky, I'm trying to get over the whole I'm putting things in the best stuff because they're not funny. Because that's why you weren't in that one. You weren't there. You weren't anywhere.
I still think it's funny that Connor brought nuggets for Sharky when Sharky wasn't even here.
Well, that was perfect.
That was perfect.
It doesn't get better than that, so... Through the years of editing, I've been setting bars. Like, shit we used to put in, not anymore.
I'm quite all right. Please leave him to.
What a despicable beast.
But no, Connor, I'm not doing best ofs with the best ofs.
Leave that to the professionals.
That we have to hire. We have to spend money on.
What's next on the list after Tone and... Dark Cloud and so forth?
I finished Medieval this morning, but it only came up to be 5 minutes.
The remake?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A
lot of it, again, it's like the Dark Cloud problem. I feel like we were just enjoying it. It's like,
yourself. Gotta save all the fruit.
All right.
This is the speedrunner's worst nightmare right here. The fact that you have to lose and the AI is just like... I mean, you can set the difficulty, so probably actually setting it to the hardest difficulty might make it easier. But then again, fighting them isn't as fast, so I don't know. There's probably different speedrun categories, but the fact that anyone would speedrun this game, I just feel bad for.
I need to bring up my... Oh, I got rid of the list.
I'm not done yet.
Did we already play as Liche?
No.
I guess she's like... It's the people around here that suck.
Well, that's part of... That's a factor in picking your picking these characters, because Rachel wasn't annoying. It was just her stupid things with her. Bang, I wish I picked earlier just from how long that opening was.
I wonder if they're all that long.
No, the others were way shorter.
I can't believe that I gave in to this squiggly thing. I'm sorry, Miss Lychee. The least I can do is wish you happiness.
He actually said thud.
He said it?
Yeah, I was waiting for like the pfft, but he said thud. I wonder if that was intentional. Or like he was just reading the script.
And they thought it was funny, so they left it in. Great, now we get to reload that save like 4 times. Did he shatter on the floor? What happened?
I wish he said glass shatter.
Glass shatter. Haha, glass shatter.
I'm just the fucking glass shatter.
So I'm gonna start leaving the true ending for last now that it's listed.
Yeah.
Open it.
Something I don't have to do anymore.
What?
Because the 3 other jobs I had before this one I would have to open.
Well, technically you have to open it, your current job.
I mean, we just get fired up.
I mean, like, you have to get in there fired up?
The machines.
Oh.
I always say, alright, I'm getting it fired up.
Is that what you say? Is that how you get through the day?
Yeah. Oh my god, I mean, I'm still waiting for that guy to get fired. But no one can get fired here! I pulled down my pants and everything and I still have my job. Yeah. Look at him off his laugh after the first time. At least he's looking at her eyes.
Finally broken free from. Could she have fallen in love with me because of my excellent performance?
So to do the first option.
Miss Lychee, I love you! Please, tell me how you feel about me. Though I do have a pretty good hunch myself. I must hear it in your own words, Miss Lychee.
Of course. I think you're a good man, Bang.
Oh, then that makes this affection mutual?
Yes. Let's stay good friends. Anyway, the problem is him.
We should have done this last. I feel him.
Finally found him.
How your opinion sways so easily.
Top 10 quotes of virgin hears.
Could it just be a misunderstanding on my part?
Bang, are you there? He seems to be out of it.
Have I made
She's a lot more calm than I thought she'd be, considering you just beat the fuck out of her husband.
What am I supposed to do now?
Hello? Hello? Oh my. No reaction whatsoever. I wonder what has him so shocked.
Just game over.
Is that a different voice
I need
actress?
to find him now.
That doesn't sound like her. Maybe just hearing her not excited at all is just weird.
I have no purpose in life anymore. I'm as meaningless as the dust in the wind. How pathetic, pathetic, pathetic!
Hey, watch it.
I'm sorry. You're Jin Kisaragi.
He came out of his castle?
Get out of my way, or I'll make you regret it.
You. Don't tell me you already forgot how I got this scar on my face.
Face? Scar? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
He is Hakumen! He doesn't know what a face is!
If you have forgotten, I'll have to make you remember. You killed my lord, left a scar on my face, and put the people of Ikaruga through hell.
Ikaruga? Oh, Ikaruga. So what is this? Revenge? I have no time to deal with your idiocy. Now get the hell out of my way.
Would it have been so hard to have them read this and to put like a filter showing it's in his head?
You are one person I can never forgive. Let us settle the score right here. Prepare yourself.
You seem really eager to die.
I am. Because I have to get the percentage.
Just put it down.
Fate is turning.
I will dip it and put it in my mouth if you want me to.
I'm more concerned about your controller, because, you know, PS3 controllers have a life expectancy of a fly.
You have to do this fight twice, by the way. Because you have to make you have to do the other option.
You can't take take me down.
You can't do me.
Did he just chain me?
Chain
Chain me up
master?
and fuck me?
Did he just chain me up and have his fucking way with me?
Tristan, Burger King just chained up my story and fucked me.
Tristan.
Did you hear about the abandoned Burger King in a mall that was found?
No? What?
So there, you know, like our mall, how they sealed off the Macy's, like put a wall up and a
Yeah.
door. There was that in a mall, and someone
You have
opened the
to-
door and found an entire Burger King like dining room in there, but it was like frozen in time. Like it was the '80s Burger King that had been closed for like 15 plus years, and it was just left how it was left, like no dust or anything somehow, because it was totally sealed off, as if like it was left the way it was.
So that would
last.
imply that air wasn't getting in there.
I guess not.
What the fuck?
So now it's like people want to see it reopen or be a tourist attraction. It's like a time capsule thing. It's a little creepy because it's abandoned, but it's not like falling apart and vandalized and shit like other abandoned places. I know you're into like the scary story stuff. I like the abandoned building stuff, like abandoned malls.
It's not that I'm into it per se. It's more so Mackenzie sleeps to it, so I try not to let it bother me.
But that's like my thrill of like a scary thing. It's like the abandoned malls and stuff. I like seeing videos of people like exploring dangerous ass malls that are, you know, filled with mold and graffiti.
That's what you're into?
Yeah.
That's what gets your dick hard?
The wheel of fate is turning.
The wheel of
And we're gonna have it here in town eventually. I mean, like, I looked into the Macy's one time and like it was kind of sad.
Why is it sad?
It was abandoned, like it's just vacant, and like it's gonna keep deteriorating. It's that when you see, like when it's still open and you see the deterioration. Imagine like how it is even now. Like Best Buy is being taken over by Ocean State, but it won't be the same. At least it's not gonna
Is
just
it?
sit vacant. Yeah, they're moving there.
Oh. Oh, at least they're moving from that really small fucking building. In a really bad location. It's the one next to Moe's, right?
Yeah,
If Moe's is even still there.
I think it is.
Remember Smash Burger?
Yeah,
Is that where the ramen place is now?
yeah. Ramen place is so much better.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. Mostly because I try to like customize my order every time, and I'll be like, "Oh, can I just get it without this or something?" And they never listen. They're like, "Okay, okay," and then I get it, and it's still in there.
There you go. Oh, I accessed that new game. Oh, I played the game wrong.
That ought to do it, you scum.
I am done. Like, I hate games like this where it's like you have to do it a certain way.
Justice always
I know Connor's like, you're gonna love Metroidvania, you're gonna love Hollow Knight. I know you played it, but just play it again. I think games shouldn't tell you.
What the
how
hell
to
was
play
that voice?
It was like gentle Connor.
Gentle Connor.
Like he finally found someone who gets it.
nightmare.
And I'm just like, Connor's phone is just like,
Fall, knowing the result of my persistent effort.
but that's the thing about it, it's like, that's why I like Breath of the Wild more than any other Zelda. Only in the beginning do they tell you, you gotta use this and that. But after that, you're literally just on your own.
I
The
mean,
game shouldn't tell me that I have to pick up, like, games have way too many mechanics. It's like, you have to use the guard cancel, you have to equip the materia, you have to do this.
so you could pick either or. It just leads to a different fight. That's the last fight for two of the playthroughs.
Alright, we'll just do them both, so.
How can I call myself loyal without even avenging the death of my lord? I'll make sure you regret that you were ever born.
So you're gonna have to load in the name of sadness.
Taste the iron fist of justice. Repent for your sins. That Blair. You don't have an ounce of remorse, do you? All right. Here comes an iron fist of... Did I just hear a crack?
What is it? Did I lose control of Yukiana-san?
What is this piercing
It
cold?
at first sounded like a
What is
camera.
happening here?
Major! What have you done?
No, you're mistaken. I didn't do it.
What do you mean by you're mistaken? Those clothes. Are you one of the survivors of Ikaruga? Are you here to repay the Major's kindness for ending the Civil War with resentment?
Resentment? No. He's truly my enemy.
So, you did do this to Major... I'm Lieutenant Noel Vermillion. You're under arrest for involuntary injury in the name of the Novus Orbis Librarium.
Who the fuck cared about that entire sentence?
I have no choice. I shall face you.
Remember what I said about like words that aren't explained?
Yeah.
The wheel
Stab
of
sword.
fate is turning.
Stab sword?
Seki Rock. I know Seki
What is the stab sword again?
Is that Index or one of those
I
shitty,
can't
mediocre, time-wasting shows?
Everyone that worked on them
shit.
should understand how shit they are and go die. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to, by the way. It's not okay not to like something anymore because you might hurt someone's feelings.
She's jumping over me and he goes, "That's where you were."
The fact that we almost lose to this every time must say something about us. Why does it show two gun symbols now instead of the symbol it had before? Like, look when she shoots, it's like a double gun symbol in the right now. And now it's not going to show it. Okay. Are you really not going to do it anymore, you fucking bastard? Come on.
I have no time to waste on this man. I have to rescue Major Kisaragi.
Look at me. I can't believe I lost to a fragile young lady like her. And on top of it, I got caught by the library.
I never brought that book back.
I was gonna say the fees must be enormous.
Remember, like in the library when you had to put those little like things in the book that like marked like who rented it and when and stuff. It's like they have it. It's like, dang, you took it out and you never brought it back.
Well, how will they know if I take the page too? You have to do, yeah,
This one again and win.
and win.
Fist of justice.
He just straight up used the fist of justice on him and killed him.
Beat her
The wheel of
ass.
fate is turning.
Now it's time for Noel because I'm going to win.
By the way, I found out this game has a spam meter.
Yeah.
If you spam, it does less damage. Optic barrel.
Probably doesn't work on the AI. I think no spam meters were invented because of Capcom.
I mean, yeah. How many times can you hear tiger, 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 tiger? Like he starts getting tired. Like if you keep fighting him enough, it's like his throat starts getting sore. So it's tiger, tiger.
He actually did that many takes of it.
Yeah. Each time you do it, it's a current take. How can this be? Stop trying to grab her and just hit her. Got her.
Phew. It looks like I won. Have you come to your senses? Just hear me out. I'm no demon. I'm not trying to kill either of you, even though you belong to the hateful library. It's true that this Jin Kisaragi is my lord's archenemy. He deserves to die 100 times over. However, An eye for an eye will leave the world blind. If I kill him, that will only plant the seed for more vengeance. A vicious cycle indeed. I fought him one-on-one and showed him his sins. I didn't want him to forget what he had done.
The sin of ending lives. That's certainly something that should never be forgotten.
Good end. What?
You seem to understand what I'm saying.
What did it have to load?
One of the nice ones. I can almost sense
Like
the
Infamous.
purity of the girls of Ikaruga in you.
Then why did you freeze Major Kisaragi?
That is where you are misunderstood. I didn't freeze him. It's this man's weapon that suddenly unleashed a gust of freezing air.
Yuki Anasa did? I see. I can see that happening. I understand the situation, but there's one problem. Yuki Anasa's icy road's life. If we don't do something right now, the Major will...
So all I have to do is melt this ice, huh? No worries. I'm Bang Shishigami, the top ninja of Ikaruga.
The
I'm
only
an
person
expert
of
when it comes to
Ikaruga left.
fire techniques. I can melt this ice cube in a second.
Fire technique? Quickly then. Please save the Major.
All right, you can count on me. Just take a few steps back so I can get started.
Get ready for the quick time event.
Secret technique, the Crimson Flames of Hell. Rin, Hyo, To, Sha, Kei, Jin, Retsu, Sai. Damn it! I lost control of the technique.
What? Lost control? We're surrounded by fire!
That's fire, alright. Connor be like,
That's my red tint mode. They took it. Oh yeah, red tint mode. Was that in the stream?
yeah, that's slide 2, or slide 1. Notice how it wasn't in a best of.
What kind of excuses
I forgot about it.
You're under arrest for
And that's my goal.
How cruel! But you were the one who asked me to do it in the first place.
Who asked you to surround us with the fire?
In that case, I will make you taste my special move.
Special move?
Secret technique.
If you guys want to join in,
Special move?
be free.
Special move?
I'll see you around, little girl.
This is like a horribly... This is worse perspective than Little Bang.
This is weird.
Ha! I'm not stopping just because you asked me to. Farewell!
He disappeared. Is that also a ninja technique? It'd be risky to underestimate the ninja of Ikaruga.
It didn't quite go as I had imagined. Next time, I'll realize my long-cherished ambition. Please provide me with your protection, Lord.
So now I gotta do the second option.
Yeah, you have to
With
fight
Jin.
Jin again.
Oh, my favorite.
My favorite flavor. The dick of...
So is it in the name of sadness?
In the name of sadness. In the name of sadness, I shall skip this.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel, one, action!
He wins.
You're done. Keeps backhanding you. You don't even know what that does, do you?
Nope.
I hate that she has to say counter every time you guys swap hits.
Oh, yeah?
That sound effect doesn't sound like what it does.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Do you always have to beat him with this?
No.
This is rude.
I just wanted.
Where's Jin on your list so far?
That ought to do it, you scumbag.
He's not. He's just
Vengeance
nothing.
is slow, but sure. Justice
Oh,
impossible.
he's saying.
I'm not interested in a small fish like you. I want the head of the library, who ordered the extermination of Ikaruga, the source of all that is evil. Confess now. Where is the head of the
Did the
NOA?
head of did the head of Ikaruga like talk too loud in the library so that the library burned the whole village down?
Why are you wasting my time?
It wasn't even that they were talking.
You've read this, just so you know.
What?
You've read this. Did you pick the option already?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't even that they're talking a lot. It's just they had the Mac computer in there, and like they went and turned it on, and didn't realize the full volume. It was like, like everyone was bothered in the library, got kicked out and stuff.
Ragnar.
I'm not waiting for pauses.
I took him down for sure. Are you talking about Ragnar the Blood Edge, the Grim Reaper?
How many titles does he have?
Ragnar. There's no way
It's like
he'll lose
Gerard.
to you. That man was the big Grim Reaper? I gotta go. For the sake of Kagutsuchi, the civilians of Ikaruga and Miss Lychee, I've gotta find him and take him out once and for all. Your life has just been spared, Jin Kisaragi. We'll settle this next time. I suggest you be ready for it.
Get ready for the last fight of this route. Beer.
Randomly searching for Ragnar seems to have taken me into a strange place. It is a strange place indeed. Is this really Kagutsuchi?
If this looks like Kagutsuchi to you, perhaps a visit to the doctor is in order.
Show yourself!
You laughed at that?
It was a pretty sick
I am
burn.
Rachel Alucard, the lady of this castle. How did you gain entrance to my sanctum?
Let's just kick him out.
Hey, future playable character behind her.
That's a great idea.
This.
Talking swing and a
What the fuck?
monsters of
I didn't hear you after the 10th knock.
Hi.
Just like Bob's Discount Furniture, come on down.
Hi, Chris.
So,
You look fancy.
thank you.
What are you doing? You get food?
talking about is as
hungry?
strange as a
Oh, we're
fly's
gonna
egg.
go to Chris's after
You
this.
must be
I'm
monsters
gonna
who
go
bring
get food.
disorder into the human world.
I set up the fireplace.
Use the
You have a
joystick.
fireplace?
I'm gonna buy a projector so we can project things on them.
Projectile vomit.
You want to get like buns and stuff?
Anything
While
you
you're out?
don't understand
Like
is a
barbecue
monster.
stuff, like maybe lettuce, tomato, and stuff.
Not
You put
terribly
on burger.
bright. is
Roll
it
the
now?
tomato.
Yes.
No, Madam Rachel.
And anything else you might want.
Okay, say hi to Seth.
Hi, Sad.
Goodness gracious.
You gotta come here. I want to see you from the window.
Public baths are where men go to
I'll see you guys
socialize.
later.
Bye.
I usually wrap up each day by going to the public bath and sharing my point of view with my men.
It's a very convenient window, actually.
Day without going.
Because now at least she doesn't fucking barge in here like a
Nevertheless,
goddamn
you
motherfucker.
reek of sweat.
And you can't send Kaya through the window.
Yeah. I wish.
Actually, I'd like to see her try and get
We
stuck.
could send Crystal through the window.
I'd like to see Kaya like get stuck in the window.
This is Crystal's favorite spot.
Yeah, I can tell because of Yuri.
Beyond all reasonable
Like she perfectly clawed around her.
and the ladies
Did you beat her?
love that.
No, I'm just still talking.
You justify your
It's like
statement
Monogatari.
as my concern. You have a
Sorry, that was mean. Like that's where like that's where I should apologize publicly. Because that was just extremely rude.
You do not need to apologize. I understand that Monogatari is constant talking, but the difference between it is it's interesting,
This
and you're not looking
sucks.
at JPEGs.
Yeah.
There's, like,
actually
really
the
cool-
PNGs because like if they're JPEGs they'd all be big boxes with people in them.
Okay, whatever.
Speaking of good JPEGs, yeah, I got better JPEGs in my pocket, and I'm not talking about this
What the hell are you talking about?
Fire Emblem.
Oh,
I'm not talking about this JPEG.
fucking. What was I gonna say? Oh, if this was like Monogatari editing, where it starts showing like realistic drawn over photos and shit.
It just
midway
zooms in
through-
on
yeah.
not Ragnar, Bang's sideburn.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
And text saying pointless dialogue number 55.
Bang brushes Leitch's teeth.
Reality.
like a split second of just turn the game off, you'll save a lot of time.
Defeat Ragnar. You're as likely to
And there'd be
fall away
music.
from the cloud of Seether that covers our world.
Oh, this music right now is just so quiet. I'm glad though. I don't care.
His inadequacy is almost insultingly obvious, Madam Rachel.
By vote of the majority, we have determined you are not capable of defeating Ragnar. Now, will you please leave my garden?
What a rude little girl. If you keep that up, I'll have to spank you.
There's no screenshot
Oh
button.
my. How terribly foolish of you. I accept your challenge. You have made a mistake.
I would say just try to beat her first because there's nothing after this.
Whenever you're ready.
If you lose, you lose.
I'll lose.
I mean, what I'm saying is if you lose, you lose. At least. I would only do that for the last rounds though, because that way it's like an easy. It's either
and they're
you
gonna
beat it or
be
you don't.
naturally the hardest.
Because remember, I tried to do that and I thought it was being smart, but then we got stuck.
I
And
hit
we
her
were
first,
like,
I'm gonna win.
huh?
I hit her first, I'm gonna win.
You know, some people think the opposite.
Really?
Like people who
Because it's all deceptive and shit.
people who react to death battles and shit say, "Oh, first hit equals loss."
I've gotten to the point where I'm so sick of like characters that betray or like they pretend to be all nice. Like, oh, he's too nice to be like a good guy, and they turn out to be the villain and shit. Like, I've gotten so annoyed with that, where I actually think it's really cool when the people who like pass themselves off as being really good are actually that good-natured.
I
Like, it's just so much of a cliche now that the novelty's worn off.
I'm trying to think. What is the name of the show I just watched?
Like, sorry to cut you off, but it's like I felt that way playing Trail in the Sky. It's like, okay, this guy's gonna betray us. This one's gonna, or like shit's gonna hit the fan. Everything's going too smoothly, and like it doesn't. And I'm like, I like this. There are still people that betray, but like it does. Yeah.
First try. Trying to think. I just watched a show. It was a love story show that you would absolutely hate because you don't like love stories. And at the end of the show, I was like, you know what? I want a show where the main character just doesn't end up with the girl that's like everyone thinks it's gonna end up with. I wish it was. Well,
I know it doesn't.
Patty never liked him in the first place.
No.
Not like that.
I guess
At least
maybe
not in the
like
Nick
that.
version. I don't know about the Disney
Yeah.
one, but there was never any evidence in the one I watched that she had any interest in him romantically. It was always
Yeah.
one-sided. Unless Disney changed that.
I don't think they did. Because even in the movie, the little like preview before it, there was like a Q&A, and they're like, "Did will Doug ever kiss Patty?" And just the creators just book it out of the building. That's their answer.
Hold on. I need to figure out the name of this fucking show. What did I do with my phone? Do you know? Oh, it's right here.
In
Fucking.
Madam Rachel's infinite generosity, she has seen fit to provide you with information on someone whom you are most interested in.
You're talking about Ragnar, aren't you? Where is he?
No, sir. I refer not to Ragnar the Blood Edge, but to the son of a certain Sir Tenjo of Ikaria.
What? The young master is alive. Is this true? If you're kidding around, I'll behead you.
Cut my head off? Oh, good heavens. How terribly barbaric.
It pains me to admit it, sir, but the information is regrettably rather old. And whatever details it may have carried are rendered useless by the passage of time. Rest assured, however, that it is of indubitable veracity.
Tell me where that person saw the young master.
I am terribly sorry, but that information is not available. All that we, and therefore you, can be sure of is that the son of Sir Tenjo was seen and identified by the party who supplied us with this information.
The young master is really alive?
Let's dispose of him, please. Hagatsuchi should be appropriate. I do hope I never have to see him again.
Of course, Madam Rachel. I shall return him to whence he came.
Is this the Ronin guy of Kagutsuchi? Was I dreaming? Yow! This doesn't feel like a dream at all. That means I gotta get going. I must find the prince as soon as possible. Forgive me for not saying goodbye, Miss Lychee. At times, there are more important things for a man than looking after his possible wife. And that time has come. For now, I must choose duty over love. Bang Shishigami, the man of love and justice. Correction. The man of loyalty and faith is about to embark upon another journey. Goodbye, Kagutsuchi. I'll be back.
Anyway, the show is called Horimiya. It's just the two names.
Horimiya?
No, it's the name of the two characters put together. Hori and Kazumiya or whatever.
It's like one of the ship names.
Yeah. But it's a really cute show. And the girl, he's a really timid guy, but the girl loves it when he acts more aggressive. And there's a scene in the show, she just beat the fuck out of these two people, right? She just beat the fuck out of these two people, and she sees them outside of a grocery store. And the two guys are just like, don't fuck with her. And the third guy is like, hey, who the fuck are you talking to, bitch? And he's just like getting close, and they're just like, no, don't mind him, whatever. And they're just like, yo, she's seriously hardcore. We need to wait till that guy's alone to fucking, try to mess with him. She walks up to him, and he smacks her in the face, and he just grabs her hand and walks away while she's smiling like an idiot. Just like, what the fuck? I'm just like, punish me, Daddy. Seriously. Daddy, Mommy's been a bad girl. Also, Black Clover is still amazing. We just finished the first arc and started the next one, and we're just like... I almost forgot that you still have to lose to her.
Taking forever.
Seriously.
I got no jokes. It's just taking a long time.
I got no jokes. Chucky's like,
no
you don't. So stop making the best ofs.
And hire somebody, goddammit.
See what I mean? I really hate to say this, but I told you so.
Looks like you were
I like to keep my money, so from now on in the end slates of the best of is going to be pictures of me with how much money I have currently.
It's literally going to be that dollar that's in your wallet.
I do believe that Madam has had enough entertainment for today. Perhaps you would be...
I don't get Rachel's whole point in the story. She's like an observer that's not supposed to get involved, but she does. Is that the whole thing?
She teleports people.
And she has memories. Okay, Rachel Alucard versus Sans death battle. Like.
Yeah. Sans and Monica. Like, they have to team up.
I hope they never try to pull Monica or anyone from a visual novel into a death battle.
Hey, we're like as close to the tibia and fibula, aren't we? This team's gonna be just Monica. Get out of here.
They've done mythology. Now come on, let's do some Monicology.
Where are we now?
I think... Fucking...
I feel like I'm Deadpool right now.
This site got weird. What the fuck?
God, I feel like I'm Deadpool right now.
What the fuck
look at all these
is this?
characters.
Is something not loading right? Okay. Did you see that? Boundary break. Okay. The second... Wait, you got a save point after before the first fight, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Do we have to back up? No, didn't we have another choice after? Or is that the real ending?
Go to the third save.
In the Name of Love Part 2?
Yes. There should be him fighting Arachne.
You're so good.
And you just have to pick the second option instead.
Oh, okay. This is what I was thinking of.
The wheel of fate is
They really need... I know the other PSP version has it, but we need a timeline. And I just really hope, like, because the other games have all the stories in them, they just add a timeline to those too. And maybe just make it better. And I hope those new stories are better than this.
Yeah, like Detroit, how it tells you each of your decisions and then other decisions that can be made by it.
At least just show you what you've done too, especially if you like don't do it all in one run like we do. I feel like it'd be the most excruciating thing in gaming.
The fact that you have to lose.
Because this isn't... I have not felt rewarded in doing this. Like, I have not been enjoying any of these characters.
I get interested in some parts of the story. Like, I want to know about Noelle's connection to
New 13.
To New 13. Like, is she the same girl from before New 13 became a thing, or in what's New 13's obsession with Ragna? If she really is Noelle and all that shit.
It's just hard for me to stay interested in a story that is just a ton of branching timelines to know what's the real ending and stuff. At least with
there is no real ending. I think that's the point. Second one.
But at least the backstory is still backstory, and it's all one timeline for that.
This Lychee's opinion of me must be skyrocketing right now. As a gentleman, I am obliged to come up with the ultimate confession a woman can want. I, Bang Shishigami, will risk everything on this.
I think Curb just played this game and created Nylok.
Why?
Bang is just Nylok.
Must find him.
Miss Lychee, where are you?
What-ho?
What-ho?
This Lychee's mesmerizing seems to be coming from that.
There, this is just him. Giant-ass green sword guy.
Oh, I had to trim
so did I.
part of Danganronpa, the first game when we played it. Because we got copyright claimed on the first execution. The one that's the animation. So they copyright claimed the animation of the first guy, the headmaster, getting killed, so I had to trim it out because there was nothing I could do to dispute it.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Not a stream-friendly game.
You could live in Japan. In Japan, you can't show anything past the first trial in that game without getting taken down.
That's dumb. Alright, what should I save over now?
Anything
I need
after
the bottom
that.
half, right?
Anything after it, honestly. Because you're not going to have to go back to any of those. You just have this route to do.
Phew. That was something else. But I wonder where he went.
Take back sunny sunshine.
Oh my.
Some bad guys.
Sorry, I'm providing superior voice acting.
Don't make fun of the dead, Chris.
It's not her fault, it's the voice director's fault.
No!
Oh, hi, Cal. Yes, it's been a while.
You're as melty.
I said knock it off.
See, she's reluctant. Not reluctant. This is not okay in America, and it shouldn't be okay anywhere.
This is normal.
Can we get this game recalled?
This is normal in Japan, actually.
It shouldn't be.
Again, the whole thing with me and Mike listening to that Sex Around the World podcast. They in Japan, they were talking about how the girl from America, Japanese women typically don't have boobs like that. So when American women end up living there, they get a little bit of attention for it. And she said on train, it's like not a sexual thing, but like Japanese women, it's just normal to them to like go cop a feel of boobs and be like, oh wow, and shit like that. That's just normal in their culture. It doesn't translate over very well, but I could see why it's a part of a lot of these games.
People that you don't want around you are always nearby for some reason. It's becoming a problem.
You need those who are coming after you gone. Is that it, booby lady? Let me take care of it for you, meow. If it goes well, I want something in return. I can't exactly work for free, you know. I'm looking for a man called Ragnar. You can either tell me where he is or, give me a lot of meat buns. Consider it done. Which one
I want a meat bun.
meow?
Let's see.
Why are we making a choice for a character we're not playing as?
I don't think it matters.
The person after you knows where Ragnar is, booby lady?
Yes, probably. He's a vigilante after all.
Thank you, booby lady. I'll treat you to some mice next time, meow.
Oh my. She took off so fast. But now I can go back to looking for him. I owe you one, Tao.
Scruffy man right there. You gotta tell me where the white guy is, meow.
White guy?
Wow.
Something, meow. I need to find him to make money for the village, meow.
Oh, that one.
I don't think any of these follow a consistent timeline, by the way.
No, because this is when Bang meets her, it's when he takes her under as his apprentice. And he's
Yeah.
also supposed to meet Carl, and we haven't seen him yet.
I guess you were a little late. You'd be better off just forgetting about the whole Ragnar thing, okay?
So all I have to do now is defeat this scruffy man and make money out of it, meow.
Where's the logic in that?
I'm not sure, meow. Anyway, here I come.
Do you think she got annoyed by saying meow in the booth?
I'm sure.
Especially since she most likely had to do multiple takes of every single line, because that's how voice acting is.
Yeah.
Hi! I'm just trying to get closer because she seems to be having trouble. There we go. If you lose after this, I will hurt you. Like, in real life. Oh my fucking god, Tao Kaka. You know Kaka means shit?
Mm-hmm.
Asking for a friend. I love that voice line so fucking much. I have no idea why.
That's how I feel inside playing this.
Seriously.
I feel like if all the other games
Do
were
you see
playing
this
on
guy that's staring at his palm in the background, just thinking about life? Wait, hold on. See?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's freaking out. He's having a crisis.
He's on coke.
He's on something.
I feel like if all of the other games we're currently playing on the channel were great, I'd still see this as a low point of the channel because of this game.
I've lost to a child. I'm deeply ashamed of myself. Please forgive
Wait.
this.
Oh, I'm deeply ashamed of myself. I thought he said I've lost to a child. I just shit myself.
Even if my affection for you is unrequited in this life, I'll make it happen in the afterlife or a reincarnation. No matter what
Say thud.
it takes. Thud.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah, let's go. Let's get on with it.
83. I like to see that.
83.
Tips?
That's
Hang on,
me.
tips. Oh.
Yeah, it's been the same every time. We have the same reaction every time. Part 3. Cheat the, do the other option this time. Just get it over with.
The person after you is going to treat me to some meat buns, meow? Really?
I'd love to treat you to some myself, but I'm sort of in a hurry right now. So try and ask that man there for it, okay?
Thanks for the tip, booby lady. I'll be right there, meat bun man, meow.
She really left. I was only half joking. But I guess it's for the best. I have to find him while I still
The game is
can.
too centered around Leichy.
Scruffy man right there, you gotta give me some meat buns,
And not about Ragnar, who's on the front of every box.
Seriously.
Unfortunately, I don't have any on me.
You're lying! Booby lady said you'd treat me to some meat buns. You don't need to hold back meow. Feel free to give me all you've got.
You're kidding, right?
Then I guess I'll have to rob you.
What's your
And Dad
reason?
was like, I agree.
You know what they do to bad kids like you. It's time for a spanking.
Why does he want to spank everyone? What the fuck is this guy's fetish?
It's God hand. He spanks people with the fist of justice.
I love this spank. Can you only spank women in that game, or can you spank Bane too?
Just women.
That's fucked.
It is. I'm pissed.
If you have to fucking go and lose this option because it's technically a separate option, I'm selling the game.
This is the last one for this.
It's her and then one more.
So we're gonna have to do like 8 playthroughs now, knowing this game. This game is mediocre and ass.
I wonder what that child wanted. Oops, I have no time for this. I gotta go
Have fun with this last fight.
Miss Lychee!
You're gonna fight everybody at once.
Unlimited Hakumen.
And he's unlimited.
I think that's just his name. Because every time you fight him, he's unlimited Hakumen. So if it's a form, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I bet limited is who you play as. Just to make the game worse.
The Azure has drawn you here, but you have reached your limit. This is the end for you. You allow yourself to become corrupted by the wisdom that lies beyond the boundary.
Beyond the
would utterly
I love that show, actually. Is it called Beyond the Boundary? Wait, what is that show called?
Boundary Break? And they're capitalizing Boundary.
Who are you? Surely you cannot think to stop me. You refuse to admit the truth.
Yeah, it's Beyond the Boundary. It's not a great show, but I liked it.
He has no reason to live.
I know.
Why are you liking
But I
things that
can't
aren't
just
the
stand
best?
here and watch him die.
Then the two of you
You should only like Persona 5 and Cowboy Bebop.
I'm kind of glad Persona 5, 4, and 3 are all coming to every console.
Yeah.
Goodbye, foolish.
But like, can't we
Glad
get
they also
love-
announced them in that order.
Can't we just get like
2 and 1.
2 and 1? Even if it's just a PSP remakes at this point. I wonder why they just don't talk about them. Although I will say I'm very happy a clothing brand just did a deal with Persona, and costumes based on each character, and they actually did represent 1 and 2. I think actually Sharky sent me a picture.
Hang.
I'm sorry I'm a little late, but you have nothing to worry about now. Bang Shishigami.
Oh no, it was a cafe thing. It wasn't a clothing thing. But they actually got the 2 people from 2 and the guy from 1. And because Persona 5 stole red, they made those 2 orange.
There are no men in Ikaruga who would back off because they were told so. You're the one who needs to
Come on, why can't we get the game with the main character named the Pierced Boy?
You have made your choice then. Prepare yourself. I am Hakumen. The end has come.
Oh, now the stream's bitrate's too low. What made it decide that all of a
The
sudden?
wheel of fate is turning. Rebel,
He just had the Twan.
I tried to beat him first. It's Hakumen. You might as well try. He doesn't have that effect over him. I wonder if he's not actually the special form.
Yeah, the one hit he did to me didn't take off half my health bar.
Only a quarter.
I didn't hit the super button, or the left on the C stick for that. I actually input the input.
It should do the smash thing where it does more damage if you do the input.
Yeah. Or I think like Marvel vs. Capcom works that way, because they made it easier to do supers, but if you actually input them, you can do more with them, access the other one. It's always set to like the one that you set your ism to.
Ism?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm just calling it because of Street Fighter Alpha 3. But
I was gonna say, that's not Marvel, but that's what you get when you let your heart win. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Your spirit is strong, but it makes little difference.
after the stream, you're gonna have to let out all your shit away. The sound that makes it plop.
The end has come.
Now you fight him.
Seether is escalating indefinitely. This is just like what happened to Iruma.
What the hell's Seether?
It can't be.
Isn't that the band that faked it?
What? What?
Seether?
Oh.
And exactly to Iruma? I don't know who Iruma is either.
Now is the time, Ninja of Ikaruga. We have not yet finished.
Wait, aren't you aware of what's happening here?
Yes, it has begun. But there is yet time. I cannot afford to lose the likes of you.
I guess I have no other choice then. Miss Lychee, please get out of here with that squiggly thingy. Let me handle this.
Is there another
The
fight?
gate is out of control now. If this goes on, this place will be wiped out, just like Iruma. You'll die for sure if you get dragged into it.
There's nothing to worry about. As soon as I finish him off, I'll be right behind you. I'll see you at the bar in Orient Town. Would you like to have a drink with me there?
I will. I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, so she only likes him when he sacrifices himself for her.
This is the master art of the
That doesn't mean she likes him. It's just,
She just likes the fact that he did it.
It's given him hope that he needs to get out of there faster, I think.
So I didn't lose the previous one.
Is it another fight?
Yes. Or
oh no, I guess not.
The lowest of 13 layers, which are Kagutsuchi.
I'm not.
The Kaka clan has taken the skyscraping structures on higher levels had completely covered the man's name, Bang Shishigami.
It is just straight up the Kaka village.
Who put others' lives before his inevitably. Irreversible damage has been done to the Kaka village. Bang's in the Kaka clan. The heroic tales of Bang Shishigami.
Take this! Super special technique! Oh, I can't believe it's my turn to be Baku! It's my turn! It's mine!
This is who he died and became legend.
Yeah! Ultimate technique! Everybody be nice to each other, meow! No fighting! Good answer! I'm sure that makes the scruffy man happy, meow! It's getting dark, so let's all go home. You've met Boss Bang before, right, Tal? Yeah. It was a long time ago, though. He was such a scruffy man. Boss Bang must have been so strong. Oh, not as strong as Tal, but he sure was.
He beat your ass in this timeline.
Why did he have to go to heaven? He wanted to bring back the sky upon the village of Paka, meow. Look, meow.
And that's how legends are spread. Falsely.
Scruffy man is watching over us to make sure everybody is happy from up there. Let's all say thank you to him, meow. Ready? Thank
Oh,
you,
no.
Scruffy man!
That said everyone, but clearly only one person talked there. That was his...
So he canonically dies.
He canonically dies.
There's sequels. 99. So I guess 999 shows me that we don't have to do the Tau thing over and over. Which one? Final, I think.
Why am I even here? It didn't skip it.
And I pretty sure I... yeah. This game makes me require oxygen from the outside world. Thank God we're going to a cookout. And then we're coming back for Gubble and cookout.
Gubble and second cookout.
So I brought my little handy dandy notebook for Brogal planning.
Oh,
we're gonna have all of us here, we should.
+2.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, other than those +2.
Lily and Dave.
They're gonna bring burgers and dogs and stuff.
Oh, you're not grilling them?
They're bringing them. I'm still grilling them. Whenever you're ready. I'm ready. Well, let's go then. What are we waiting for?
I'll start doing mind games on him. He won't even fight me.
Yeah,
He's
seriously,
a pacifist.
he's scared.
He's gonna somehow...
He remembers the other timelines.
He's gonna wear out the infinite timer. The game forgot to start it. Spot dodge. In JFK, we had our computer teacher. Like, we got brand new Mac computers, which were really nice, and he like was such a stickler about us not touching the screen. But he's like, I know when you all point at the screen, you know, show someone something. You're force a habit. You're always touching it. Point with your elbow.
Why are you getting so close to the screen? Come sit down.
I need exercise because my brain is like rotting.
Dude, you know what's really fucking good? Belgian waffles. I had one for the first time while I was in Jersey, and damn. Especially with yogurt. God, that bathroom trip sucked, but good thing I was next to the world's toilet.
Belgian waffles are real waffles.
Yeah.
That's just how they're
I didn't
supposed to
expect
be.
them to be so fucking big.
It's like the blocks are big.
I need to learn how to make scrambled eggs.
It's so easy.
I've never actually made them before.
Even the Gordon way that I've been doing it. I know the one time I made them
There
they
we
were like
go.
too watery, but
4 stories left, meaning there's 7 stories left.
yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah, let's decide.
Jin or Lychee? Everyone else is pretty inoffensive, I think.
Let's go with Lychee because of who she's associated with.
I say let's go with Jin because his character's very one note. He's just angry all the time.
Yeah, he's the angst.
Is it me next?
Yeah, you're
I'll do
playing.
Jin, you do Lychee.
Alright. That's like we're done. That sound effect.
Yeah, it does sound like a whew. Anyway, we're done. If you're still there,
Alright,
Richard,
my
have a
fellow
good
no
one.
name, we are done.
Yeah, let's go eat some fucked shit.
What time is it?
It's 12:53.
Perfect.
I know.
I'm even gonna piss. You should shit. I'll piss